What a wild week has been for obituaries, and this time, Yayoi Kusama, at age 97, passed away. Yayoi has been an internationally renowned artist from Japan for decades, well known for her polka dot features through her paintings, sculptures, and materials. And this was also inspired by her own mental health struggles and her hallucinations, and also the story about her decades-long hospitalization from suicidal ideations and trauma. And I was very inspired by her story when I heard about the racism and misogyny she experienced in the 60s living in New York during the time of the psychedelic hippie era, and how much her mental health journey in some ways resonates with mine. And I had been a long consumer of her work for a while. I would wear T-shirts, go to exhibitions, and really share a lot of her work. However, the last couple of years, I've had to distance myself because she has a history of anti-Black racism, and through her own interviews and through other people's testimonies, she has said some very anti-Black statements about how Black people are subhuman, inferior, and sought to objectify them through her work. So it just gave me a lot of major ick, to the point where I had to just distance myself from that. And it brought a level of sadness for me because, as a Southeast Asian person, as an Asian man, anti-Black racism is still very pervasive in our community, and it's still an ongoing struggle to build or achieve solidarity with Black people, but also with other people of color. And Yayoi's, you know, Yayoi's history of that was deeply disappointing, and it's something that I didn't want to enable. That is to say that I'm not there to tell people to not consume our art or whatever, but it is a choice that I have to make because anti-Black racism is a deal breaker for me. And with her passing, I'm not going to be dancing on her grave or anything, but instead, I don't feel like I need to be mourning her passing, but just mourning the legacy that she created in harming her Black collaborators and the people that really looked up to her. And it's very sad to me. So I hope that we all learn from that. I also hope that we learn to hold up the people that we look up to with accountability, and understand that there's a lot of flaws in the people that we admire, and that we have to think about the choices that we make and how we celebrate and honor them long after that they're gone, and recognize the harm that they have done to other people. So with that said, what a week it's been.